All right, we are going to go ahead and get started. Like I said, this is going to be an onboarding training session. Our goal here today is we're going to be logging into your CirclePix account and getting you connected with social media, and then also touring the features and services that we provide through CirclePix. So to begin with, I'm going to talk about two features that are the two main components of CirclePix. As I go through this, if you have any questions, feel free to chat it to me, and I will answer it as we go along. So to begin with, the first main component of CirclePix is Pix Social. Pix Social is helping you take your social media to the next level with great content on a consistent basis. Statistically, we found if an agent is just posting listings and no content, they tend to lose followers, which is obviously not what you want. So we're going to fill in that gap for you and provide articles and holiday greetings. And we'll go over this in more detail as we get into your CirclePix account. The next component is Pix Marketing. This is where we are taking your listing information and then creating a property site and a listing video and then sharing them onto your social media for you, saving you the time it'd take for you to do all that yourself. All of this information is pulled straight from the MLS, and the property site we create also has 10 lead generators, which is a great feature that we will go over later. As mentioned, we automatically create a property site for each listing from the data we receive from the MLS. This property site will be branded for your company, but it will look very similar to this demo picture. You will receive an email every time a new listing posts. All the basic CirclePix account functions can be managed through the links in this email. We know that we don't all have the time or tech savvy, so this is a great feature to save you that time while still keeping you looking amazing. The presentation flyer is here to save you time as well. It is branded to you and not CirclePix, but it lists all the services we provide for your listings. So it's a great tool to get new listings and clients. The open house and answer will put a banner just like this on your property site. The banner will automatically be removed after the open house has ended. There are 2 lead generators, the RSVP and directions tools. And finally, our technical support team is fantastic, and they are exclusively here to assist you with any issues or questions you may have with your CirclePix account. And I will show you where you can locate this information at the end of this training so that you can find it yourself. So we are going to go ahead and let's log into your account. So you're going to want to pull up CirclePix.com and go to login. Your login information, if you don't know it, is going to be your email address that's associated with your MLS ID. And then the password is generally 1234 or 123456. So I'll give you a minute to log into your account if you haven't done so already. And when you log in, it's going to look like this. And I'm going to borrow Miguel's account as we go through this, as he's already gone through the setup and made some connections and has some tours listed, so you'll know exactly what your listings will look like. All right, so we will continue on. And just to note, if I'm going too fast for you, I will leave pauses to hopefully help you get things connected and going. But if you find I'm going too fast for you, feel free to contact our tech support, and they can get you with a one-on-one training so that we can further assist you getting set up. Now, with your username and password, if you ever find that you want to change those, you can do that on the left here. Under Manage Account, edit username, password. And so we're going to start actually up here at Social Media Setup under Manage Account on the left. So if you all click on that, this will take us to the Social Media Setup Wizard. Now, as we go through your settings, just remember these can be modified at any time, and I will show you where and how to do that. We always recommend connecting to as many social media platforms as possible to maximize your exposure. When you maximize your social media exposure, you can assure your clients that you are using every tool at your disposal to market their listings. And so we're going to start with connecting your Facebook page. Now, when you connect your Facebook page, you always have to do this through your personal Facebook page, and this will then pull up all the the business pages that you are an admin for. So then you can go through and deselect the ones that you don't want to allow postings to, and make sure the ones that are selected are the ones that you want CirclePix automatically posting to. And then as well, you can connect Twitter and LinkedIn. Now, when you connect LinkedIn, you'll note that there's an expires date here. That's because LinkedIn does require you to reconnect your LinkedIn account every 2 months. And we will send you an email reminding you to reconnect. And so I'll give you a minute to go through those social media setup connections. All right, we're going to continue forward. So you'll just scroll down to the bottom and click on Continue. This next section is going to ask you to select coverage areas. Now, we suggest by adding these areas by county. You can do that by clicking on this drop-down box, as this tends to be the fastest option, but you can add just by cities as well. This coverage area is going to make sure that your content is unique and also open up your marketplace listings. So you want to make sure that we're only marketing you to areas that you want to go to, travel to, or work in. Once you have added all of your cities, make sure, once again, that they're only cities you want to work in, and you can remove them by clicking this red X. So I'll give you a minute to go through that. All right, we're going to go ahead and move forward. So if you click Continue. This is going to take you to the page to set up the content for your social media. Now you can select up to 4 days for us to post content articles to your social media. We always recommend selecting Thursday through Sunday, as those days are the ones that statistically show the most social media activity, which means your content gets more exposure. However, you can select the days you want. Also, we have tested all of our content categories, and they have all been proven to be great exposure interactions, so we recommend leaving them all selected, but feel free to make your choices. And then finally, once again, these locations, they're here to make sure that if there's another agent using CirclePix within the same area, your content is unique, so you're not going to be showing the same articles. All right, and we're going to go ahead and continue. Now, these are our holiday greetings that we post to your social media. We do recommend selecting all holidays minus the Canadian holidays. And as you go through this, you'll notice that Easter and Christmas have a drop-down box, religious and non-religious, and for Christmas, religious, non-religious, and happy holidays. This is so that you can choose what you would like to post for those holidays. At the very bottom, you can see what all of our greetings look like in a sample post. So looking at Easter, you can see non-religious tends to be eggs, Easter bunnies, things like that. Religious will be more of scriptures, crosses, that theme. And then down for Christmas, Christmas religious will once again be more of like the nativity scene. And then Christmas happy holidays, it will be just a generic happy holidays. And then non-religious will tend to be more of like Santa Claus and reindeer and things like that. So we'll go ahead and continue on. Now this section is we want to give a variety to your posts. And so these are what we're going to be posting for your listings, and we select to post both the property site and listing video. Here's where you're going to set the frequency for how often we post your listings. LinkedIn's policy only allows us to post your listings once. If you've connected Twitter, we recommend posting your listings weekly. And then for Facebook, for your business pages, we find if you have 5 or more listings, we recommend posting on a weekly basis. Weekly or bi-weekly basis. If you have 5 or fewer listings, we just recommend keeping at a weekly basis. And then if you do decide to post to your personal page, we recommend keeping that monthly. Now, here I'd like to point out, with your personal page, Facebook page, we are not automatically going to be posting to your personal Facebook page. It's just your business pages that we automatically post to. If you'd like to see posts to your personal Facebook page, you do have to manually approve those postings. And I'll show you where you will be doing that later. So we'll go ahead and continue on. Now this section is our marketplace listings. Marketplace listings will post listings from your brokerage to your social media, listing you as the buyer's agent. You can select up to 7 days, so you'll get 1 listing per day if you so choose. Down here, price range is optional. A lot of agents tend to leave this blank. And then locations. This is where locations are very important, because I'd like to reiterate, these are going to be locations you're going to be marketed as a buyer's agent. So you want to make sure they're places you work in or would like to work in. And I'll show you where you can modify that a little bit later. And so we'll go ahead and continue. Now, there is a better place that we're going to upload your agent photos, so we're going to skip that for now. You'll just want to make sure the information down here is spelled correctly. And then we'll go on clicking next. All right, so that's the social media setup wizard. And we're going to go ahead and continue to agent profile setup. So if you'll click on that orange button. Okay, so your info here will display on your property site exactly as it is entered here. So you want to review your info and make sure it is all correct and formatted how you want. So for instance, Miguel put his phone number here without dashes. It's going to show up on the property site without dashes. We do not automatically format that for you. And then to point out the street address, you do want to make sure that's your office address and not your home address. And then down at the bottom, social media. These hyperlinks are going to be showing up under your contact information. These links automatically auto-populate when you connect your social media, so you don't need to worry about manually posting a link here, except Pinterest. If you have a Pinterest board that you market your listings to, you'll need to manually put that link here. And I'll just give you a minute to go through the info and make sure it's correct and formatted how you want. All right, we're going to go ahead and go on to next. So this is where you can enter in your agent bio if you have one ready to copy and paste. And also this YouTube video link. This can be a video of anything you want. Some people link a video of their brokerage, of the area. It doesn't have to be an agent biography if you want to do a video. I'll just go ahead and give you a minute. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and continue on. So if you'll go to next. Now this is where you're going to upload your agent photo. So go ahead and take that opportunity to upload it now. And I'll give you another minute to do that. Okay, and we'll continue on, so click next. Now, the company logo is already uploaded and pre-selected, so you're just going to next out of that one. And then also the print suite has been pre-selected by the company, so you're just going to click on select current and next. Okay, so this area, this is where you can connect YouTube and Blogger. If you have a Gmail account, YouTube is very easy and available for you to set up. Same with Blogger, since they're both owned by Google. Blogger is a little less relevant than it was a few years ago, but since it's owned by Google, it does increase your searchability, so that it gets you to that front page. You only need one post on Blogger, which can be your bio, before we can start posting your listing on there. And so if you get both YouTube and Blogger connected, that's going to get you to that front page search results. And once again, if you don't have these accounts ready to connect, I will show you where you can make those connections at a later date. And so we are just going to go ahead and continue and click on next. All right. So this area you've already set up with the social media connection wizard. And so we're going to scroll down to the bottom and click on next again. Okay, so this takes us to LeadBee. Now LeadBee is our top lead generator, and it's a really fantastic feature. We will provide you with a 24-hour information line for which our voice talents pre-record an audio tour. You will need to provide the sign, and then you'll just put on that provided phone number on that sign and put it in front of the house. And when a lead calls a number, they will dial in the extension, which will be unique to each listing, and then listen to the recorded audio tour. They can also then receive a text with property information, and you in turn as the agent will receive a text with their lead information. So it's a really wonderful tool. It generates leads, and all you need to do is provide those sign writers. And I will show you in a little bit where you can find that extension information and phone number so that you know the information to put on those sign writers. Now to the left here, this LeadBee pin, you need to set up a 4-digit pin, and then this pin will allow you to record your own message instead of the recording done by our voice talents, if it's something you choose to do. So we'll go ahead and continue on, click next. All right, so these are your notification preferences. You want to make sure your information on this page is correct. We suggest keeping everything here selected for your email notifications. And then going ahead and entering in your cell phone and add phone. Now with text message notifications, we do recommend only keeping leads selected. That way, we won't blow up your phone with text messages when you're obviously you're already going to be getting those email notifications. So you'll only receive text messages for leads. And when you add your phone and you deselect all these other notifications, you're going to want to click on Apply Changes. And then we're going to continue on. Now this final section is your property site statistics. We will send your property site statistics on a weekly basis, and then we'll be going to the email address listed right here for you. And then we're going to click on Next and Finish. So that completes your setup with CirclePix. At this point, everything's going to be automatic. There's not anything that you need to do further. However, I do want to point out a couple of additional features and services. So if you want to take it to kind of the next level or get some print materials. The first one I want to go to under here, Manage Account, is Presentation Flyer. This is where you're going to find that presentation flyer that will help you get more clients and listings, as this is going to show all the services that you provide through CirclePix. When you print this off, I always do recommend the deluxe template, as this is going to provide a couple more features at no additional cost. Down here, you can choose a different theme, so you can find one that you like best to bring with you to those listings. And then you create a flyer and you can print that off. The next thing I want to show is social media down here on the left under Manage Accounts. When you click on social media, this is going to take you to a color-coded overview of what is being posted to your social media. So this is how you can manage that content going to your social media. Also, this is where you can edit it and make your social media connections if you need to reconnect something. Up here, total engagements. These are clicks, likes, comments, and shares on the posts. So as you can see, Miguel has only been, has had social media connected since the 22nd, and he's already had 28 engagements. And so as you post more, these engagements are going to go up. Here to the left, social media account setup. This is where you can modify those connections, social media connections. And then to the right, social calendar. This is a great feature, as this is going to allow you to see what's scheduled to post. All you need to do is click on the date, and that's going to show you what's posting for that particular date. If an article had already been scheduled, you can preview it, and then you can also have the option to remove it or replace it. And then next thing I want to show you, this custom post feature. This is a really great way to show off the knowledge of your area, as well as post gratitude or celebrate events such as closing a deal on a home. We recommend following local news, attractions, and governments so that you can have information for your custom posts, as well as build your network. Custom posts can be scheduled up to 9 months in advance. So it's a really wonderful tool, and also it lets you post that particular custom post to all of your social media at once. So once again, you find that here, custom post. The next thing I want to show you is this toolbox. A lot of people ask us how we can reach the millennial audience, and you can do that with Pinterest. All you need to do is click on that Pinterest, and then you can click on Pin It to pin your listing to your Pinterest web board. Millennials like to use Pinterest as an aspirational site, so they might find their dream home in your listing. And as mentioned earlier, Facebook does not allow us to automatically post to your personal page. So if there is something that you want to post to your personal page, you just need to click on Pending Posts down here in the toolbox. We will notify you on a weekly basis by email when you have pending posts. And then I want to show you to the left again, here under Manage Account, Edit Agent Profile. This is where you're going to go to edit any of your personal information and add a biography if you haven't had one added yet, update your photo, anything like that. Next, I want to show you under Manage Account is Chat Preferences. This is a relatively new feature for CirclePix, and it's a fantastic feature and lead generator. It is a great way to interact with your leads from the very start. How this works is it's going to create a chat link box on your property site, allowing the lead to chat with you while looking at your property site. Now you're going to turn on the chat, and then I recommend turning on mandate the lead on chat, as this will require the viewer to leave their name, email, and phone number to start the conversation. And you'll just enter in your cell phone number here, because when someone's chatting you, you're going to receive that chat in the form of a text message. Now, I understand you don't want to be available at all times, so you're just going to want to click on availability here, and this is where you can set your availability to hours that you want the chat feature to be turned on. Now, if you have the chat feature turned off, it doesn't mean that someone can't leave their information. They'll still leave their information in question, and then you can get back to them later. And then messaging here, these are our default messages. If you don't like the wording here, you can always change it. And so I'm going to show you what this feature looks like on the property site. And you guys can also come back in here and set your availability and messaging, but we're going to go ahead and move on. And I'm going to show you what a property site looks like. So I went down here to manage listing and then select a listing so I can look at one of Miguel's listings. So when I select a listing, this is going to take me to the page with the lead B information. So there's the 24-hour information phone number, and then here's the unique extension for this particular lead. And then also there's short code information available, and then a company keyword as well. Down here, you'll find all of your links for your property sites. And so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you what that looks like. Now, when these sites load, they're going to automatically load with the pre-recorded audio tour playing in the background with some music. So that's why I paused that here. To note, anything on this site that's clickable for information or to share is going to be a lead generator. So for instance, if I click that share button over here, if someone's sharing this property site with their friend, you're going to receive their information as well. And also feel free to use this share feature to share this listing with a client of yours too. Now on the right, you'll be able to see that chat that popped up. This is the chat feature that I showed you how to set up. So if I were to fill out this information and put my name, phone number, and email address and ask Miguel a question, he would receive that in the form of a text, and then he can text that conversation and have that conversation with me through text. And so it just looks like this gray chat box right here. As we scroll down, all the property details are pulled from the MLS. Here is Miguel's contact information, his bio. Now, all of your listings are going to show up here. So if the potential client doesn't like what they're seeing on this property, maybe they'll find something listed here that they do like. Once again, all of these areas that are clickable are lead generators. This area right here, schools, this is going to show all of the information for schools within that area. All of this data is provided by the NCES. We've got the local weather, and then finally driving directions. So as you can see, there is a lot of information available on this site to hopefully entice and excite a potential client to purchase that property. Now with that listing selected, I'm going to show you some things that you can do with it. So if you look to the left, you're going to see that we have Manage Listing navigation opened up, as well as Market Your Listing navigation opened up. And so we're going to go down here to market your listing and announce open house. This is where you can get that open house banner on your property site. You can announce multiple open houses at the same time, and the banner will automatically be removed once the open house has ended. So there's nothing further that you would need to do. You'll notice that you can text the open house to all available leads. And then next I'm going to show you the print center here under market your listing. This is where you're going to find the templates for your flyers, door hangers, and postcards. You'll notice here the custom button, so you can edit the style, layout, photos, and text if you don't like what is pre-selected here. And then you want to make sure that the property description fits. That is a very important thing to do. And then to note, this PDF Pro here can be sent to your professional printer if you don't want to print these off yourself. So it's a great feature I'd recommend everyone taking a look at. All right, and then finally I want to show you view tour stats down here under market your listing. This is a great report to share with your clients so that they can know how the selling process is going. You'll find all the page views, everything for this particular listing. And then too, we have our lead hub. So in case if you need to get lead information again, you can click that here at Lead Hub. So that is basically what CirclePix is and does for you. Do you have any questions? Feel free to chat them here. I'll give you a minute to kind of think things over. If there's another feature or a question or maybe something that you want to go over again. Also, let me go ahead and unmute your lines. Just give me a moment. All right, we're still seeing if we can get those lines unmuted. All right, so your lines have been unmuted. So if you want to take yourself off mute, you can go ahead and ask me a question. Hi, I can hear you.
We're lost. Where are you right now? What are we working on?
Are you just opening up for questions at this point?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, she's all done.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
any
over.
questions, anybody?
What?
Question. What was our projector cut out for a minute? What was the last thing you went through?
So the last thing I went through was market your listings. So we talked about open house announcer, print center is where you can find your templates for your flyers, door hangers, postcards, and then view tour stats where you can get statistics to share with your client.
Okay, I think we kind of missed the open house. Is there any way you can just go through that one more time real quick?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Can we just go through the open house?
Oh
one more time?
yeah, absolutely. Okay, so you're going to find that on the left under the Market Your Listing navigation. It's right at the top, Open House Announcer. So you can announce multiple open houses at the same time. And this is going to put a banner on your property site announcing that open house. This is going to automatically fall off the property site once the open house has ended, so there's not anything additional you're going to need to do with that. And then right here, you can text the open house announcement to all available leads if you'd like to. All right, any other questions?
Yes, I have a question. This is Peggy. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. If you're using, is this specifically linked to use with KV Core website, or if you're using a different website and you don't use the KV Core website, I mean, can this get pushed to a different website?
So with KB Core, we are working on our integration, so that is an ongoing development. At the moment, right now, the leads can integrate with KB Core. That's something I'd recommend reaching out to KB Core to get set up. And then as far as like domain, that is going to be set up through KB Core, but that is something that we are kind of getting the finishing touches to. That is available once KB Core goes live.
Okay, but is it only for KV Core? Like if you're not going to use them and you already have a website, so you can't use that other website with this, or can you?
So that's as far as like domain name goes. We're still going to be making a property site, so we make that property site. So whether you use KB Core or not, we're still going to be making that property site.
Okay.
And then also, if there's any questions you have about like your setup or things like that, I do want to remind you that you can contact our tech support team, and they can do we can get you set up with a one-on-one training. You can find their contact information at the bottom of the CirclePix website, and then also when you log into your account, this blue chat button lets you chat with tech support. But are there any other questions?
Any other questions?
No. One more question. Edit notification preferences.
Yes.
I can't seem to say email address. When I hit the update email address, it goes back to the old email address I had years ago. It's not saving it.
Okay.
That might be something I can do. Oh.
All right, so that one takes a little minute to load. However, if that issue persists, I'd recommend getting in contact with tech support.
Can I do that as an admin?
Pardon?
Can I do that as an admin? Can I change it for them?
Yes, absolutely you can. As an admin, you would just go to the Manage Account section and then select the agent and edit agent profile.
Okay.
All right, any other questions?
I think we're good.
I just wanted to ask, is there a newsletter in here anywhere, like a monthly newsletter?
There is not, no. All right, well, if that's it, I will let you all get back to your very busy days. And then, like I said, feel free to reach out to tech support if you need some additional training or run into any other tech issues.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for your time. It was great speaking with you.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a good day, everyone.
You too.